Yo, what's going on YouTube? Jordan from Conklin Official. Hope you guys are all having a great day so far. In today's video, I'm going to take you through a leg workout that you can do in the comfort of your home to keep your explosiveness and your leg strength for football. Yeah, so before we get started, I know I haven't posted in a while. I've just been a little bit busy with school and work and family and all that stuff, so I've just been taking care of that. I wanted to make this video because I think that during this time, even with COVID, a lot of you guys probably have gyms still closed, and I had that for probably from March to like September. I didn't have a gym. I had to work out in my home. It was really tough because I don't like working out at home. I know it's convenient, but it doesn't feel the same as working out in the gym. Guys, trust me, tough times like these, it really separates who actually wants to become a professional footballer and who just kind of wants it, but it doesn't have the dedication to do it. Because, if you take your foot off the gas pedal, it's going to show when games start back up again and you're running around, you're not fit enough, you're picking up injuries because your legs are too weak and you haven't been doing your rehab, mobilization, stuff like that. So, you have to be putting in the work when you don't want to, or else it's going to show later on and you're going to regret it later on. And so for those of you that don't know where to start when it comes to at-home workouts, this workout is going to be an example of how you can keep your leg explosiveness and your strength so that when game time comes, you're more prepared. And enough talking, let's get straight into the workout. All right, so for this first exercise, I'm going to be doing a front kettlebell squat, basically just focusing on keeping my knees from going over my toes, really tightening the core, quads, and glutes, and trying to poke my chest out at the same time. And what I want to mention is that for these workouts, you really don't need a weight, especially if you don't have a kettlebell, then you can use a substitute for this. Just make sure that you're staying safe and avoiding injury as much as possible. But at the end of the day, you don't need a weight for any of these exercises. You can always just do reps, body weight, and ramp up the reps as much as you can to keep the intensity high. This next exercise in the first superset is the single leg deadlift with a knee drive. And this is one of my personal favorites when working on explosiveness because it just works on a variety of things like stabilization, core strength, hamstring strength, and explosiveness when you're popping up the knee. And when you're driving up the knee, make sure to be as stabilized as possible so that you're working on your balance when exploding up. This next exercise, I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. It's the single leg jump squat. And the biggest piece of advice I have for you guys with this one is drive your arms up as much as you can. This has really helped me over the years develop my explosiveness. And when I'm going for aerial duels, I just noticed that it feels more natural driving my arms up and getting into the air as I do this exercise. So this has been one of the most beneficial ways of improving my aerial duels on the pitch. For this one, I tried to be a little bit more creative. I wanted to work on my hamstring strength and explosiveness more, but I didn't want to use the heavy kettlebells. So I put the resistance band under my feet and I went through a resistance band deadlift sort of movement. And this one is really good for my explosiveness as well. I really highly recommend you guys to invest in resistance bands just because of how much you can do with them and how beneficial they are with your strength and explosiveness. For this, I'm working on my single leg squat, but this time with a lateral movement of my opposite leg. Typically, you'd want to do this with a slider underneath your feet on a harder surface, but I didn't have that, so I just did this on my carpet. And this one's really good not only for your quad and glute strength, but really focuses on that hip flexor strength when you're coming back up, and that is so key to work on as a footballer. And as you can probably notice with these exercises, I'm not working on one direction, I'm working on multi-directional movements. And that's the key takeaway I want you guys to know from this workout is that you want to train as an athlete. You don't want to be doing just typical squats, typical deadlifts. You want to work on multi-planar movements so that when game time comes, you're able to move as an athlete and move more fluidly on the pitch. Here I just did your typical calf raises. I didn't want to use a weight for this one, so really all I focused on was getting that full range of motion. At the bottom, having my heels touch the floor, and then at the top, really trying to tighten my calves as much as possible, and even my glutes as well. I was trying to activate as much as I could in this exercise, and I think that's really good to do as a footballer, trying to activate as many muscles as possible to focus on getting that mind to muscle connection and making your body work as one unit. Here I did quad extensions. I wrapped the resistance band around my ankles and also wrapped it around the legs of my ottoman. And if you don't have a resistance band, you can definitely do this without the resistance band. Just really focus on tightening at the top. That's really where you have to focus on when you're doing body weight exercises, is just working on the reps and tightening your muscles as much as possible so you're getting that activation. Honestly, I was feeling already a little sore from the other exercises I did, so I just wanted to work on that quad strength and not focus on too many muscles at the same time, but just focus on getting my quad tightened as much as possible. For this last exercise, guys, I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to have some sort of injury prevention work done throughout your week or at the end of your exercises. However you want to do it, if you want to do an injury prevention day once per week, or just throw them in at the end of your workouts, then either works totally fine, but you have to work on these smaller muscle groups if you want to maintain your fitness on the field and stay healthy at the same time. And here I was just working on ankle strength, doing ankle rolls. I've had many ankle injuries in the past, and doing this has just helped me strengthen the ligaments and tendons in the ankles and make sure that they stay healthy and fresh as much as possible. And that's pretty much it for the workout. I know this wasn't the most exciting video in the world, but I want to be an asset to you guys as much as possible. And if you have gyms that are closed around you, this is a great workout that you can do at home to keep healthy and keep your leg explosiveness and strength. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in a later video. All right, guys. Peace.